Well, I don't know what you understand by philanthropy. I don't know what the practice is in Africa. I've done a bit of reading around it, but practically you find people who probably have more to give and is in excess, or better still, it's run by, people who ask themselves or ask people, what can I get from it as well? And so when you find people doing it and you can tell that it's all love, it's all genuine and all of that, you want to have conversations with them. And so we're going to have separate individuals who are in that particular, who do or who have something to do with that particular phenomenon. And so they're in the studios. First off, Buz Stop Boys are here. James and Kojo is representing them. As you can tell, how is that called? What you are wearing? Reflectors. They're in reflectors, and so what it means is that they get their hands, their minds, their leg busy, and we'll talk about that soon. Of course, there's also a lady, Afi Antonio is here with Afi Antonio Foundation, and she's also here, also does a lot of philanthropic works here. Good morning, lady and gentlemen, we're grateful that you can join us this morning. You've got a lot of, call it, for want of a better word, spell on people. There's a particular, I know, there's a particular message in my inbox who says, you have to tell Afi that. So after this, I'll share with you. But what have you been doing that has caught a lot of attention and people love you so much?
Well, I would say that, first of all, it's God. Like, I have that favor. Aside that, because of the good things I'm doing, like helping the vulnerable in the society, I've been doing this. This March will be 7 years since I started Afi Antonio Foundation. Okay. Yes, so I've been there for some time now. So yeah.
I come so that we break it down on what you have been doing these 7 years, because somebody else, because I'm not sure you're a millionaire. You've not hit that status yet. Not close.
I'm not close, crowd. I'm still renting. I don't have a land. I don't have a house. I only have a car.
I know, right? But we'll come there. Buz Stop Boys. What do you do in effect? You just go and clean. Just clean everywhere. That's what you do?
Yes, basically that's what we do.
Why? Because we messed it up. We should be cleaning, not Buz Stop Boys.
Okay, so thank you, and I really like the show, like Wake Up Africa.
Indeed.
Yeah. So the reason we have to do it, like you are saying, is because we believe Africa needs to wake up truly and really. And then our first point of call should be the environment. Yeah. Because for me, I know for a fact that the Spirit of God is not and will never go to places that are smelling. So as a nation, if indeed we have to wake up like your show is saying, then we should understand that we need to invite God into our premises by ensuring that the whole place is clean. Because I believe that that is all that is required to attract God, is to remain clean. So if we are able to get the people to understand that our lives will turn around, but we need to create an enabling environment that is clean and green and smells good, then I'm sure we'll make some headway. So
Afi says she's been doing this for 7 years. For how long have you guys been doing it?
July coming will be 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
July 5th.
Okay.
Yes, it will be 2 years.
And so, what started this? The anger, the stench, or a slap from the Holy Spirit?
Okay, I think a bit of both.
I mentioned three actually, a slap from the Holy Spirit.
A bit of both. Because I was inspired by a statement from my grandfather, that is Apostle Dr. Engineer Kojo.
Okay.
That says service to mankind is service to God. So that is the sparking point. If service to mankind is service to God, then for me, whatever I do without expecting anything in return, but I know it will go a long way to bring not just peace to humanity, but also a sign of protecting God's creation. I should be able to do it willingly. So that's how I started. And from my experience going to the beaches in Ghana, anytime you get to the sea or the beach and you see a lot of plastic debris in the sea, then it means that there has been a heavy downpour either three days or 4 days ago, which washes every dirt from the communities straight into the sea. So we wanted an end game. And that is how we needed to bring something that will constantly remind people in our various communities that there's the need for us to remain clean in order to be godly. If we finally get the people to understand and change their mindset in that line, then we are rest assured that no matter how many times you rain, you go to the sea, but you see any debris flying in there because the source is the community that is dirty.
I see. Before I go to Afi, So you speak well. What it means is that you've gone to school and you want to start a family, and there's no expectation on anyone to say that, oh, I'm starting Buz Stop Boys, we want to just clean. And your family will be asking, well, what exactly is? Of course, is selflessness, yes, of course, worship to God and mankind, serving mankind. But this is not something you've got to do daily. Is that what you do daily?
As it stands now, yes. But I am a civil engineer by practice. But then I had to give up on that to be able to champion this full time because of the nature of civil engineering.
See, Afi said, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What's this?
Within the period of 2019 to 2023, I was in Boko, Bogatanga, Boko. We were doing a 110-kilometer road with 3 major bridges, one on the White Volta, Red Volta, and other small rivers. So this is what I do. But then I came back in 2023 when government says there's no money. So basically we have to relax in the house up until there will be some sort of money that we go back to work. So within that space of time is when I also thought, with the little I have from working, I believe I can channel it positively in a way that even if the money finishes now, I'm rest assured that somebody will go a long way to understand that humanity cannot do without the environment.
I see.
Clearly, because as we speak, the forest is doing its forest business, but it doesn't care whether humans are aware or not. But we will not survive 30 seconds without the environment. So if there's anything we need to protect with everything inside and outside of us, it has to be the environment, because everything from the oxygen to the food to the clothing to even why we have to worship, our church buildings are on the land, which is the environment. So for me, I see the environment as the source of humanity, and we must protect it at all costs.
When I come back, we'll talk about what's the next phase of Buz Stop Boys and what calls have you made to what stakeholders to help so that everybody can come on board, not necessarily wearing reflectors, but helping in our own small community so that that can touch every other. Afi, 7 years you've been doing this. What have you been doing actually? Taking care of me? Because I've not seen you in my house before.
Okay, so I raise funds using social media, and I pay for surgeries, children's surgeries, and I've sent a child to South Africa for a cochlear implant. Basically, that's what I do. I use social media to raise funds to help the less privileged in the society, single mothers, and also sometimes we do skill training for people as well.
What kind of skills?
Learning how to beadworks, makeup, soap, those kind of things. So the goal is to be able to start them up after training them, but we've not been able to, should I say, financially it's been difficult. So far what we've been doing is just to give them the skill, train them, and then if the individual is serious about it, they would, continue, find money and start something on their own. But in the future, we are hoping that we'll be able to give them some seed money after training them so that they can start something by themselves.
Still with the monies you raise from social media, or what are you looking for?
When it comes to the skill training, no, I don't raise money for that because we do it for free. Sometimes we just take maybe 20 cedis for registration because this country, when you do something totally free, they don't take it seriously.
Yes, true.
Yes, so it's almost free. When we are done, we give you certificates that shows that you've learned or you've been able to learn this skill or that skill. Yeah, so basically, my foundation is focused on women empowerment, which is the skill training, health and education. And when it comes to the education, we used to have a project called Solar for Girls, where we go to off-grid communities and then give solar lamps to final year GHS students because they don't have light at all in the village at all, yes. So they can use to learn instead of using the bobo, the lantern, the candles, and all that. Financial issues. So it's been on hold for some time, and I sometimes help brilliant but needy children, students, to further their education. So far I've done 2. One went to the KNUST. Recently we also supported someone who is now about to go to school. He's yet to go, but he's been able to register. A friend sent his issue to me. Like he completed school like 2 years ago, because the parents don't have money. He's been home for 2 years, but he has good results. So he helps the mom to sell porridge in the morning, goes to the farm with the father. So I was like, I don't like to do fees because a lot of people are in need of that. And using social media to raise funds, it's very difficult, you know. So I prefer doing the health side more than the fees. So with the fees, this is the second one that I've done so far. Yeah. So basically, that's what
Have you had challenges with people talking you about the modus operandi of raising of funds? Because I've had people calling people out on social media. You took our money, you didn't do this and all of that. Have you had that?
No, I think when you are, should I say, very transparent, you don't have those issues, because I always make sure whatever monies I receive, I post about it. Whatever updates, I put it out there. What the money was used for, I add photos. Some people are like, why do you help people and post their photos? You know, why don't you do it? The Bible says do it and don't let anyone. But I'm like, you know, this one is a different thing. Yeah. You are taking people's money to do these things. So you have to account for it. You are supposed to post for people to, what if I take the money? Yes, I went to pay, and I don't show any photos that prove that I did.
And also people must be motivated.
Exactly.
I have to be, because, I forgot to do this.
Exactly.
I saw
so
Afi
you would
doing
think that maybe I took the money and spent it, you know. So, I've not had any issues with people saying that maybe I've taken monies and me being called out, and because I started helping people even before I started the foundation. So it made it a bit easier for me. So I don't have issues with that.
When we come back from this Vox Pop, we went on the street to take the views of people as to the people they love in terms of the humanitarian, needs of people and how they are taking care of it. When we come back from there, I want to talk about what's the next phase for both of you and who you want to call on, and of course the spirit of volunteerism as well, how it has to be incorporated into our lives, and whether or not there are policy issues and advice that you want to give, you can do that. So we went onto the streets, and this is what people had to say. Stay with us.
My name is Richmond Edu.
Beatrice Aebia.
Becca.
Michael.
I'm Matilda.
My name is Pius.
My name is Gifty.
Martha.
My name is Amponsa Richmond.
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. When we look at Kotoka Airport, Terminal 3, that place has been changed so much. So he needs to be celebrated.
Pastor Elvis, because he's helping people, those don't have parents, and he's also helping the smokers so that they will stop smoking, providing food, shelters, and so he needs to celebrate it.
Oh, I know some. And the person I know, I like can be Shatawale, because Shatawale, how he know the street, or it come from the street, so always they help the street. That be why I say Shatawale.
John Dumelo, he provided a lot of students with laptops at Legon, and then when Shashi got banned in November, 4 years now, he was also there to support parents, children with food, clothes, and shelter.
So I know of one lady called Afi Antonio, and she has been helping people who need medical or clinical help, as in helping them becoming medically fit. Yeah, so I think she should be celebrated as a humanitarian, helping other people in Ghana.
Yeah, actually I know one, that's Madam Lydia, who helped with some polytanks in Shashi area. And in our church too, that's Reverend Father Menuvo, who also helped the poor and needy.
I think the Buz Stop Boys, the Buz Stop Boys are doing a really good job in Ghana. When it comes to why they should be celebrated, I think we all can see what they are doing in terms of sanitation. I don't think anyone in Ghana can actually devote their time to do this not being paid. You know, so I think the Buz Stop Boys should be celebrated for that.
Reverend Elvis Ajimai, he did a lot for not only for Ghana but other countries by praying for them, and he also built boreholes for towns and villages and hospitals.
Okay, so I know of my pastor, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. He's a great man of God. He's really good. He has made a lot of impacts in the lives of the youth, the church members. He gives scholarships to students for them to pursue the educational levels. Oh, in fact, he's good. He has helped us. Yes, that's what I can say. So it needs to be celebrated. Yeah.
For me, for my personal view, I will select Ibrahim Mahama because he has been doing so much for Ghanaians. Yeah, by helping the needful, paying school fees and a whole lot of stuff like that. Yeah, so he's a very good man.
All right, so those are some of the names that people, our friends and families around the Ghana, or Accra most importantly, I spoke about. Somebody sent a message, I like Buz Stop Boys. The guy speaks well, very convincing, all right? So convince us why why we need to join this, or better still in our own small ways, do what we have to do. Because I think I saw you dipping something. I mean, there was a level of gutter and how the field had occupied. Was that and showing as the metal and the length of the fields and the gutter itself around where? Odoko, right? Yes. And you were talking about it, saying that that's our practice. What's the way forward in about 2 years? What are you doing with Buz Stop Boys?
Okay, thank you. So somebody says you convince.
No, you said you sound convinced. I'm saying convince me more. Okay. Some people they actually.
It is because, you see, when COVID-19 came, everybody was in maxis. Whether you are rich, whether you work with Zoom Lion, whether you are the assemblyman, everybody was in maxis. That is a clear example to say that the environment doesn't care who you think you are. A lot of Ghanaians have the opinion that, I've been paying taxes and therefore allow me to litter. But when you get to that point where malaria is affecting everybody, you will not exempt you because you are paying taxes. That is why everybody must come on board. So as part of the way forward, whilst we were coming, we already thought of, so I believe sometimes the Holy Spirit also does magic. Okay. We have already written proposals to several churches, and then Archbishop Duncan Williams was part of it. The whole purpose is to be able to also liaise with the churches. Because as part of sustainability, we think education is a fundamental. If you ask me, I'll say the only reason doctors are out there, taking care of patients is because they have been educated. So if you can also find a way of bringing a lot of graphics, a lot of education to the Ghanaian, then people will begin to understand why we don't have to throw plastics in the environment, because the consequences will not affect just the one you think you have paid taxes to, but all of us at large. So in the way forward in the next year, we are looking at how, together with the popular Bible verse that says cleanliness being next to godliness, to be able to connect with churches and at least bring a lot of youth on board. So
educational workshops, seminars, community cleanup days, sustainability awareness campaigns, environmental stewardship programs, right? Okay. So you didn't ask for money. I wanted to see where you are.
No.
Okay.
Our main point of call is no money. Okay. Is to be able to understand that whether money or not, we all need oxygen to survive. So let's secure the environment first.
Sometimes I even feel that anything that we do, I wish we will not need money or use money. Right. But unfortunately, we have to.
Yes, sometimes, So you also are calling, people who probably can give for tools so that the boys can come through and help you as well to do this, right?
Yes. Just as, even as of now, that's how we have been surviving.
Yeah, people.
The tricycles were donated, the overalls and the Wellington boot, that's how we survive. So if you can also assist us in any form, the boys also must eat.
Yes, no. I'll do some silver collection right now. Mr. Benyu and Kelvin and Co. They'll do that. Afi, what's the way forward, really?
Okay, so
more money, I guess.
Yes, that's for the money.
Yes.
With what I do, I will need money, and as I'm talking to you now, when I leave here, I'm going to buy some foodstuffs for a 15-year-old girl who gave birth to twins. a midwife brought her issue to my attention last week or 2 weeks ago. And is it the polyclinic in Tema 22? She went through cesarean session, okay, and then the parents didn't have money. They don't know the whereabouts of the guy who impregnated her. So she was left in the hospital until she finished paying her bills. They won't let her go. So the midwife reached out to me on Facebook, and I managed to raise the funds. So today from here, I'm going to buy the foodstuffs and then meet the midwife to take me to the house, and then I can do the donation to them. Yes, and even I think in December, latter part of December, I did the same thing for triplets. The parents, they also live in a kiosk, okay, and they have 2 children already. The woman got pregnant and gave birth to triplets. So living was very difficult. That one too, someone brought it to my attention on TikTok. Because I use social media, people reach out to me on these platforms. So I will investigate, be sure that it's true, and then I will do the fundraising using Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, to raise the funds, and then whatever it is, I just do the donation. And yeah, so this year, yesterday I just went for a meeting with one guy who wants to collaborate with Afi Antonio Foundation for us to do some projects together. Things I'm already doing. I think he's also doing something of the sort. So we just join hands and do something for single mothers. And then one will go to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital to do some donation. Yes, so
a lot of people should come support you as well.
As for the support, we need it. And nowadays, people don't like volunteering. When they want to volunteer, they are expecting you to pay them, But I always say this kind of work, if it's not a passion, it's very difficult, because if you make money the reason, you miss it. You get frustrated. I have this project, Mr. and Miss Autism, which I've done for 4 years. Last year, unfortunately, was my last one because the frustration, some of the parents, even the special needs school, the owners who are supposed to support and help me, they are also, it's so difficult. And then when it comes to sponsorship, my sponsors also they were giving me headaches. So last year I was like, last year was the most difficult year for me to put it together, seriously. So I'm like, okay, I think I've done my best. I will still advocate for autism, but not doing the event anymore.
I see.
I'll select some parents, raise funds, and support them because most of them are single parents and needy.
Put your number out. Someone is watching, want to contact you, please do it.
Okay, so if you want to reach out to support, you can reach me on all my social media handles at Afi Antonio, AFIANTONIO, everywhere Afi Antonio, or you can WhatsApp me on 0246 827 858. 0246 827 858. Thank you so much.
How about you? Contact?
Yes, 0546 442747. 0546 442747. You are also available on all socials as
Buz
well.
Stop Boys.
Buz Stop. Me use it STOPBOYS.
Buz Stop Boys, James Kojo, of course, Afi Antonio. They're teaching us what to do. Any little thing you have to do it in your own way, right? Thank you very much for coming. God bless you. Next is Worship All Night 2.0. Pastor Isaiah, of course, Pastor Datsun are up. Stay with us.